Indescribable 1981. Once again, once again, once again. I feel strange a lot of times when I make these videos, and I feel kind of funny and out of place because lately I notice it come a time in life where when you on the right path and you've been making sure you sacrifice your life to help others stay on the right path, it's now getting to the point where we all see people true colors. We all see marriage couples and people having issues. We see people in their own families and stuff having disagreements and stuff like that. And it done got so bad to the point now where I know a lot of people be looking at their situation in life and they be like, I don't know what to call this. I don't know what to call this. I don't know what to call this. Why people say I don't know what to call this? Because they done labeled so much stuff. One moment. I hate when it be like this. As you can see, I tried to pause the video, but you got people out here riding motorcycles and making all this noise on Earth, and really they ain't doing too much of nothing right about now. But I'm starting to realize how sensitive I am when it comes to a lot of energies out here on Earth now. You know how it is when you try to ignore somebody and they might be riding in a car or something like that, and you ignoring them, trying your best to ignore the devils and try to just bypass people that want attention out here that's evil. You notice when shit like that happens, it's almost as if the evil can tell that you trying to move a certain way where you still see them at the side of your eye. Like they know you see them, so they gonna stand there and work their body language to a point where as you passing by, you also looking at them and they can see you looking from the side view. It's like those crazy people who look at you and just because they see you looking, they try to come closer to you because you staring at them, or you looking at them is causing them to become a magnet to be drawn to you. And anybody see a crazy person approaching them, you don't know what a person gonna do. Run, scream, panic, start whistling, singing, reaching for something ready to, blow you away or take you out. It's a lot of dangers out here on this earth right about now. And this is a delicate time to be living in. When I say delicate, because it's a lot of precious and innocent souls that are on this earth right now. We all going through the changes that necessary. And some of the changes are not pleasant because we have to be around evil, wicked ass people, and they not really looking like they changing no time soon. So it brought me back to what the 13th Son said on YouTube years ago in advance. He said it's gonna get to a point, and we're at that point right now. It's gonna get to a point where things on earth is gonna get so bad and so wicked, people that's not changing, and God gonna allow the bad, wicked spirits to jump into these people. See, when we read about the spirits jumping into the pigs and the swine in the Bible, and then they ran over the cliff and died. Once Christ sent the evil spirits into the swine, before the evil spirits went into the swine, they asked for permission. They asked, you know, let us go inside the pigs or the swine so that we can, fulfill our little desires. That's what we come here for, to fulfill our little desires and, you know, jump in vessels and wreak havoc like we do. So, let us jump into the pigs. And Christ let the spirits run and jump into the pigs, and then they ran up over the cliff. Meaning Christ allowed these evil spirits, after he cured the man named Legion, he allowed these legion of evil spirits to get into the pigs when they asked for permission to go into the pigs. Because that's all they can do is come here and jump in low vibrating vessels and just do what they needed to do. But Christ allowed them to jump into the pigs and to fall into the salt water, which is Salt Lake City, Utah. Thank you, 13 Son, for where that happened at with Christ. So it makes me wonder, if that's the case, then that would mean that the same thing is happening now. Yahshua allowed those evil spirits to jump into those pigs and swine. That's why we can't eat pork today. It's salt, keeping bad spirits, and people still eating pork, unleashing the spirits inside you from eating the pork. You ain't know that, huh? Pork opens up the portal to the poorest spirits. Pork. Stay away from pork. They're puerco, But anyway, so if the spirits asked for permission to jump into the pigs, and they jumped into the pigs and did what they had to do, what you think the Most High Creator is allowing these spirits to do on earth now? If Christ allowed them to jump into the pigs so that they could finish off doing what they're doing, since they got cast out of the man whose name was Legion, what do you think Christ is doing with these same spirits, or the Most High is doing with these same spirits? He's allowing these evil spirits to jump into a lot of these people's bodies right now. That's why you see people going crazy, acting out, acting all wild. You walking minding your business, you ain't bothering nobody. A car at the stoplight, you walking down the sidewalk, stoplight right there, cars riding by. Instead of them just driving and going straight, they driving and looking at you, staring real hard, like you walking is doing something to them driving by you. And all it is the evil spirits that's in them that can see through their eyes and their lenses, looking at you and see that you got Holy Spirit with you. It's like an instant love or instant hate or instant just grab of attention. And then now you got strange people riding in cars looking at you. Because like they say, the devil don't want the ones he already got. He want the ones that got all that powerful energy that's long lasting, that's worth losing your soul or something for, because Satan know that it's something that's valuable, that's really needed. It's like you have the men out here, they won't bother with the women that's wise, or the women that's usually their age. That's why they see a lot of men out here be looking for the young girls so they can bully them and run over them and tell them what to do. And in a way, they're not lying, because think about it. If I'm sitting up here and I can't have my way because someone knows my ways or knows how I move, then that would simply mean that mentally, a person that's experientially wise would read between the lines, and it would never happen, because this person is mentally up on game of what the next person is trying to do, man or woman. And you got people out here, they like to come and damage the bad girls. They like to get the bad, innocent girls who's sweethearts, turn them out, make them smoke, make them drink, mistreat them, when they were precious souls from the get-go. See, it's a lot of people out here that's suffering not only karma, but vengeance of the Most High on their ass right now. And I think that they want to live in the delusion that God is not punishing them or karma ain't happening. Y'all just talking a bunch of crazy mess. It's real easy when you get scared to blame somebody or to mention something about everything is all good and okay, when you done a whole lot and your sins done reached the heavens, and you still sitting up here like you ain't did nothing. When I see stuff like that happen, first thing I think about is when I first started on this journey of going inside and becoming enlightened, whatever they say. And I remember when I first got on this journey, one thing I remember is they said that just don't get it, man. Everybody flying. It's crazy. But, I'm sorry, y'all. This whole time I thought I paused the camera and it's still going and y'all looking at me. I don't pause my thoughts. But when I got on this enlightenment journey, you know, I had to realize that you gonna have forces out here that don't want you to rise to that moment in your life where you don't need nobody. Uh, you don't need help to be motivated. You don't need help to be alone. You don't need help to figure things out. You actually done went through the dark night of the soul and figured a lot of things out on your own. And you got people in this world, in this day and time, they haven't grown as far as you have grown by, you know, making changes in their life or trying to fight habits that they have. You know, I just realized in this world that when you really trying to change yourself, it disturbs other people in your life because for some reason people connect the changes that they go through. People connect the changes that they go through. People connect the changes that they go through with the person that's making the changes for the better. You know, like I'm suffering because you stopped coming to hang around me, or I'm going through this because you know you supposed to be my friend, you supposed to be my homeboy, you supposed to be my you know my buddy, and man, I ain't been seeing you. You went MIA, you went missing, and they don't realize, man, when you go through an internal change, that's part of the changes that you go through as far as your spiritual nature. You go through changes, learning how to pull away from people. You go through changes, learning how to yes, learning how to not be attached even to your own thoughts. See, people always think that you can get attached just to people or places or things. You don't have to get attached to people, places, or things. You can get attached to certain ideals or concepts or certain ways of thinking. These ain't even people, places, or things. This got to do with states of mind. You know what I mean? So when I look at situations and stuff like this, you know, it helped me to realize some things in life you have to deal with as far as change. You don't have no choice but to stand alone. And when you can stand alone and go through changes like you're supposed to, now you're growing into a divine being like God wants you to grow. Because as the universe expands and changes, as well as the earth, something is also being expanded and changed in us as well. But then there's a part of us that's eternal that doesn't change or expand. It's always here. And that part of us don't have to do with no ego, don't have to do with the mind. It just simply has to do with the fact that our divine nature is something that you can't explain how, but you know it's a fact and it's happening exactly the way it's supposed to.